Hello my friends and family, you find yourself, I suspect, increasingly in states of spaciousness. Today I wish to speak a little bit about the process of creating space, the purpose of opening to new potential and how this will occur as you experience the uplifting energies, infusions of love and in fact, as you open to a more and more loving relationship with you. As you open to a more and more loving relationship with you, you rise in frequency and expand. You discover wide, open spaces of new potential. You may not experience the spaciousness as spaciousness. You may experience this as a sense of emptiness, you could experience this as loss, and feel confusion, as lack of direction. All of this happens as old ideals and aspirations fade away. You may find you do not know how to live your life as a result of this and in this state of experience. And in this state of experiencing you may even have a more difficult time with these more expansive moments of spaciousness, which occur very naturally as your energy field prepares for higher infusion of the divine essence of you. So I wish to talk with you about this today, to explain what is happening, and to help you understand how to relate to this part of your own unfolding. It is because the light you are wishes to uplift and give to you all that you are in the experience of form, and because you are allowing, you are inviting this to develop, to unfold, to open up and to be made physical and manifest in this world, in this sphere, that you arrive in these states of being, unusually spacious and after having let go of so very much. The most important thing I wish to tell you about this field of life that you create in your spaciousness, is to not fear it nor rush to fill it up. If you fear it, you will have difficulty being present to it. And if you fear it, you will likely miss the gifts of it. And if you fear it, you are in fact, kind of missing even, that you have intentionally created this. So I am hopefully going to explain that to you in a way that makes sense to you today, so that you might relate to these moments of spaciousness, not necessarily immediately, but fairly quickly with a sense of, oh, it's here. I've done it. This spaciousness is created and will acclimate you to a new relationship with time and space. It is a powerful, powerful experience in this way, for in your world, time and space are the constructs of experience. Time is the progression of manifestation in your experience, it is how manifestation is perceived, and space is the principle of energy expressed in your world, it is the way in which you perceive energy in all ways, either material or non-material, and your relationship with these two fundamental aspects of life is being enlarged. And space in particular expresses the diversification of energy, and your diversification is fueled by your creativity, and this is also expanding, as you expand. And all of this is being enlarged as your life is being enlarged. You were meant to come here and remember consciously the truth of your divine being. You were meant to come here and find out how to enjoy expressing that fuller knowing in a human life. That is really the thing that impulsed your experience to be here. Especially in this time, when there was going to be a collective intent to uplift in this way. It was as if you gave yourself permission to have a wild adventure, and so with this decision, this permission, this willingness to follow your inspiration in the non-physical, that you have made all the arrangements that developed into this life stream that you are experiencing here and now. The universal intent for human life at this time, are to expand the potential for multidimensional consciousness in human life. So you have in you all the knowing of this life and what the intent was, and I am telling you that the universal aspects of this intent are about the expanding of potential for multidimensional consciousness in human life. And the seeing and exploring of what that experience is like and what it's like to create from within that experience. This is an enormous evolutionary change. It is taking place little by little, while you are in your body. And as you change your life changes with you. As you change your energy, your life changes. It follows you energetically, since it is an outpicturing of your inner state of being, your perspectives. It has not been that long ago in human life that people's lives had a great deal of constancy to them. The problem in hindsight, is this dependability was culturally inspired. It was a collective reality that viewed as positive and important to be stable, to be consistent, to be reliable, because others could expect what you might do. Often this was quite confining and at odds with the inner impulses to express. Alignment arises from being true to you. As you are learning more and more, it is important to be consistent with you. To be devoted and caught up with you, with who you are becoming and who you are discovering more fully, you really are. Alignment arises from being true to you. It is this unity of spirit which creates transparency, radiance, clarity, and which others around you perceive as integrity and sincerity, genuineness, a person who is relatable and real. So there are newly discovered benefits within your collective culture to people following their inner North Star and living from this knowing, but this is new. And it is this pathway of life being traversed which leads you into wide open landscapes of new potential. Into expansive spaciousness and freedom. It opens for you, the frontier of your life. Let yourself orient, when you emerge in newness, and let inspiration guide you. The way you may explore relating to this spaciousness, regardless of how it initially feels, is to let it be, to not rush to fill it up. You will draw forth new things into your life, new relationships, new habits, new ways of being, new ways of relating to relationships you already have, new ways of expressing yourself, new ways of understanding, new ways of perceiving, new ways of enjoying. But it is important to recognize and learn to work with these large ebbs and flows in life and allow yourself to develop a peaceful relationship to the newness, which is really what the spaciousness is. Self-love fulfills you, is creating this rhythmic expansion and opens your capacity. As you grow in self-love and expand in awareness, you experience a process of reclaiming your own good feelings about you. You are making this the priority. You are not deprioritizing others. You are simply making you the priority. Making sure you've got yourself taken care of, that you're listening to you, that you're paying attention to you, that you're in a fulfilled state continually and perpetually, and when you veer from this, you return to this, because you're paying attention to you and how you feel. Self-love fulfills you, is creating this rhythmic expansion and opens your capacity. As you attend to this as a priority, and are thus fulfilled and open, you are able to participate in your world, in your life, in every aspect of your presence here, from the greatest capacity of your wholeness that you currently can express. Clearing is building your neutrality and opening you to universal perspectives. This is an ongoing process, and in this process you will clear out many things which were part of your life before you opened up to the fullness of your being, and which actually were culturally imposed and which you embraced and integrated. And as you release these things, you will expand energetically, which will make your sense of life much more spacious. This may make you feel more detached about things, more removed, it may make you feel more neutral. And this it is meant to be. The clearing is building your neutrality and opening you to universal perspectives. As your perspective enlarges, the details become diminished in importance, and the larger perspective, the sense of the whole, the one, the unity you are, is amplified. You are literally elevating your perspective, which expands your perspective. As if you were on a very high peak looking broadly at the whole view. Although you can zoom in and understand details and of course be deeply and fully present in each moment, you will discover in your expanding spaciousness, that your attachment to each moment and thus to life in general, is just loosening up. This is a very new thing for humanity as a collective whole. The immense spaciousness and freedom available can feel very intense. Many people shy away from releasing attachment because the immensity of this freedom without being told what to do or controlled by collective ideals, is very spacious and unfamiliar and can feel very uncomfortable. Your attachment loosening may frighten you. Others may perceive your increasing neutrality as being uncaring. It may feel as if my encouragement to put yourself first is actually really hard to embrace. There may be deep programs within your history and in the structure of your beliefs about all this. As your consciousness is infused with expanded energies and perspectives, whole structures of your being that have actually been built on aspects of the duality paradigm, for that is the paradigm in which you began this experience, will loosen up and fade. As you open up to the fifth dimensional energies of the new harmonics, and as these energies alter your field and clear out the duality paradigm energetically, the illusion will increasingly and in more sustained ways evaporate. With this all connected and related and subsequently determined ideas, that were built upon the foundation of duality that you began your life in, will potentially also fall away. When this happens, it's quite dramatic. It can feel quite dramatic in your life. It can leave you in a very big void, and this can feel very intense. There can be a vast spaciousness, a sense even of emptiness, a sense of enormous freedom that's quite unfamiliar and uncomfortable in its unlimitedness and non-definition. But it's truly a spaciousness of potential. The new and not yet done, actually is where the most elation and fun is. It is this potential which you fundamentally seek in life. It is this potential which empowers the greatest response creatively. The most natural way to be in this new spaciousness from the fullness of your being, is to pay attention to it. To pay attention to however it presents itself. To allow yourself to gradually acclimate to it. It's okay if you find yourself having discomfort. What you can do in that situation is to reassure yourself. You don't need to distract yourself or fill it up in the old way, but you can remind yourself, oh, I created this space. I grew and expanded. I am fully built for this. It's a reflection of what's happening within me. I have capacity for this. I will discover how to play with this new potential. The new and not yet done, actually is where the most elation and fun is. Allow yourself in this state of being encouraged by all that you are, and by the way you use your mind to create the narrative in your experience. Allow yourself to wait and for inspiration to arise. Allow yourself to absorb, and acclimate to this spaciousness and then become inspired. Allow yourself to explore your feelings, your experiences from a space of intentional acknowledgement of the newness you are in and are discovering, that is a result of what you have created in your expansion and in your expression of all that you are. In the ascending current, you're spiraling into more and more newness. This is what is going to happen to each of you, over and over, and at different times, to different degrees. You will create and create and create again, and it will fill up all the space that you are energetically operating in, the field. You will feel a sense of restlessness and boredom if you have stopped expanding. Then you will have used up all the space you had, and this is very natural, and you will seek the inner activities and openness that allow you to expand more if you had stopped inviting that expansion. In the ascending current, you're spiraling into more and more newness. As you expand more, as you do so, you will invite more and more of all you are in, and all you are is vibrating higher, faster, and thus energetically much more spaciously. Think of the way that a gas, such as what you know as water, becomes steam. As steam, water, the essence blueprint of water is the same, but the vibration has risen. It is vibrating much faster. What does it feel like? It's more spacious, it's more spread out. So the higher vibe of steam is a higher frequency than water, and water is actually much more spacious than ice. And all of them still the same essence blueprint, right? But different forms, energy vibrating as its essence, yet at different frequencies, resulting in different expressions of form. And in you different levels of consciousness. This is what is happening to you. And it is an entirely natural process. You opening your awareness of the non-physical, multidimensional aspects of life make all of this possible. It is a product of your interest in spiritual growth, in working with the non-physical aspects of your being to grow and expand your human life. This is different than just getting good at playing the piano or listening to people when they speak. Those are aspects of personal growth and can be powerfully combined with spiritual growth, and create even more expansion. But spiritual growth, which you are engaged in, and self-love, which is such a powerful pathway of spiritual growth, the pathway of dissolving the illusions of life on earth, these are the paths you are choosing. You opening your awareness of the non-physical, multidimensional aspects of life make all of this possible. And in doing so, you are working with your divine essence in the non-physical. You are altering your life and creating incredible spaciousness. Why? For the purpose of opening up new potentials. As you expand and uplift, you flow energy and perspective with increasing clarity. As you rise in frequency, you also experience a less and less distorted perspective. Your connection becomes clear and direct. In this increasing clarity and directness of relating to and perceiving life, you see the perfection of it all. You have moments of pure high-flying joy where you can sense the underlying fundamental unity operating within a sphere of diverse contrast. Despite any and all appearances, you can, in these most uplifted moments, see beyond it all, and into the essence and truth playing out in this sphere for the evolution and expansion of consciousness. May it embolden your willingness to open even more and to playfully enjoy the experience you are creating. May you cultivate your capacity to love this spaciousness and the freedom therein. I am Archangel Michael.